All right, guys. Welcome to Unidentified Podcast. And unfortunately, today we are going to start our videos by reporting on a natural disaster that happened in my home country, I guess, Dominican Republic. So before we even get into this, Nagayan lived in Dominican Republic for a while. We're gonna be watching a few videos on it, and I just want to say, rest in peace to those people who actually passed away from this incident. And so far, the count of people who have lost their lives is about 30 people, and then like millions and millions of pesos. I wouldn't say dollars, and losses, and destruction, and it'll take some time for Dominican Republic to go back to what it was. Let's say the last 10 years, Dominican Republic has been like developing very quickly. Now, well, we're gonna get into the video. Let's watch the video. Ed, can you play it, please? 16 inches of water in less than 24 hours. And that's like a record in the whole country in the last, I don't know how many years.
Okay, I mean, you guys say that you're here.
Okay. So, like a few facts about this. Okay, so Dominican Republic is fortunately a country very rich in tourism, right? Yeah. And a lot of times, these tourists don't come and stay at the resorts or anything like that. Sometimes this country reminds these people of their own country, such as Puerto Rico, that they feel comfortable just going around exploring. Some of them even have like Dominican family, Dominican friends and everything. So they are in the main roads. They are using the country as their own. Just because it's just a familiar feeling. I hear Puerto Ricans a lot saying that they feel very comfortable. They feel like they still at home when they go to my country, right? And unfortunately, there was a family of Puerto Ricans. I believe it was 5 of them in the vehicle, including infants. Infants. What would you call like somebody 9 years old? Or...
I've just called them just a small child. This child.
Small children. Okay, I don't know exactly their age range, but I know that they were like a little around my kids' age. Unfortunately, that's very young. You have a whole life ahead of you and everything, and they went over there to visit some friends and family over there in the Dominican Republic. It just so happens that when they were about to take the tunnel, the walls of the tunnel didn't resist, and they came down on them. I don't know if you've seen the images, but unfortunately, just in that like little stretch there, it was about 8 people who lost their life, including those tourists or visitors from Puerto Rico. So rest in peace. Sorry to those family members who lost their loved ones. And something I wanted to point out is I was saying that my country in the last 10 years has been going through like very fast development, and just to present a weak point on this is that we are only thinking about like the things that make us the most money, and I'll explain why. Our sewages and the amount of garbage and pollution that's around, like in the surface and everything, and the sewage and all these things, it's bad. And our sewages, like the way they are built for a smaller, community, for a smaller structure and all these things. And we have never like spent the time, money, effort into cleaning these, into developing like better ways of the sewage to breathe or anything like that, or maintenance for that matter. Okay, very poor maintenance. I don't know if you can see, but like the streets, actually, the water was pushing the streets up. Did you see that? It was so
Mm.
much the pressure going into the sewage that it was blowing upwards. Okay, and this caused lots of damage because a lot of houses and a lot of like the structures in the surface actually like cracked down and fell down, as you can see with this wall as well. A lot of rivers, a lot of like those smaller dams. Is that what you call them? Dams?
Yeah.
Um, were it couldn't support, the amount of water pressure and all these things, and those went down as well. Another thing that added to people getting hurt, because there's thousands of people who had to either flee the area or got like injured as a result of all of this that was going on, is that Dominicans are known for taking everything as a joke, messing around a lot, not listening. We try to make the best out of even the worst situations. And, for what I hear is that we have a small weather satellite that tells you, like, this is coming, but it's not as accurate as it could be because it's a small satellite and all these things. But there was a warning. Nobody knew it was going to be this bad or this much going on. But there was a warning, and Dominicans choose to just, dance in the rain and just, not take measurements or, to stay safe or anything. We took it as a joke. And a lot of those people are the ones that lost their life during this event. Nagayan, do you have anything to add to this?
Yeah, the magnitude of it, it's yeah, you can see it also in the images. It's quite extensive. I heard in the video that about 2,600 homes were affected. So yeah, to give a little bit of the magnitude, of course, the images already say enough. But indeed, I agree with you on the aspect that the development of the Dominican Republic has been growing, and not as much as on the safety measures. Where Dominican Republic is amidst a tectonic plate, it's floating on top of a tectonic plate. So earthquakes are something also that could happen in the Dominican Republic. Have happened. Luckily, not bad ones. But yeah, it's the infrastructure is not yet built for big catastrophes like these, and
not built or maintenance. We don't have the adequate tools to maintain these sewer lines or anything like that. So they just forget about it, until it becomes a problem. Like, I don't know why we decide to take care of things after it happens to us. You know what I mean? But that's my community. I love them regardless of what. But take your life seriously and take precautions, because life is crazy right now, man.
Yeah.
It's
in
unfortunate.
regards to development, there's already a metro system in place, and I know a lot of countries that the metro that's over there, it took some time before we got the same metro as the Dominican Republic got. So in that sense, they are quite ahead of their time, and in terms of that means also maybe ahead of their too ahead of their time, maybe at times. But yeah, we'll cross the bridge when we get there as Dominicans. And yeah, today we live another day to enjoy, and tomorrow we'll see what the weather brings, what life brings. And yeah, I think that's the mentality. That's an accurate description of the mentality of the Dominican people. So it has some ups, but it also has some downsides to it.
Absolutely. It is helpful because, like, when bad things happen, we find the best way of dealing with things, with situations. We are a strong community, strong people, very loving and welcoming. And yeah, the only problem is that we tend to deal with things when they happen. And
Don't they get hit with these all the time? I guess.
No. There's a lot of tornadoes, hurricanes, and stuff like this. but not water in this amount. This amount of water in the whole country, Ed. Imagine what that would do.
Yeah,
Okay?
like they get hit with these kind of storms all the time. What are you talking about? Every year.
The last one, I think El Nino was it 10 years ago?
Yeah.
That it was so bad that it devastated like the coastline. It was devastated.
But El Nino comes with like strong rains and winds and stuff like that, so people tend.
Look, come on, and like this happens all the time. You're a tropical island, like you should be toughened and hardened and
No, you see the house behind this lady. That house is made out of like flimsy cans, metal, and the structure of this house is made of like a lot of times palm trees. We already had this conversation, and this is not a country where the community is actually like monetarily prepared. The government doesn't help you in the way that you get help here or anything like that. You know, like everybody is on their own. So even though we know this is coming, there's no prepping for this because you don't. Like you buy your food in the market day by day. I explained a little bit about this the other day when I just saw you. And a lot of people just buy things day by day because I go out to work, I make 200 pesos. And from those 200 pesos, you got to get the lunch and the dinner. And tomorrow you don't know.
You know what? I'm just thinking this reminds me of the Puerto Rico situation. Good thing Trump isn't president or they'd be blaming this on him.
The problem is not the problem. The problem is the solution. Okay, the solutions Trump was bringing, people just lost their life.
Okay, so what is Biden doing?
Nothing. But
okay,
Biden
all right.
Have to. The Dominican Republic is a very independent country. Doesn't depend on anybody else, and that's kind of what you get when you are independent. Yeah. Nobody comes in and help you.
Look like they need some help. They don't look independent of me. Look like they're struggling.
Who, Dominican Republic?
Yeah, they're struggling right now. What are you talking about?
We are struggling. I mean, it's obvious we're struggling. I can't take that away from you, but I kind of rather keep being independent and do what we want to do and feel the freedom of our community. I don't know. But that's just me. I don't live there no more, so I don't get to choose how life is to be lived over there. Now, by the way, this affected pretty much all areas in the Dominican Republic, but not in the same way. Okay.
What about Haiti?
Yeah, that was. I haven't looked into that.
I didn't look into Haiti, and usually when something like this happens, and it happens to Haiti as well, it is reported on it as well. So I'm guessing Haiti didn't do as bad as we did, but hey, I'm glad because Haiti's been through a lot in the last few years, and they don't need anything else. I'm glad they are out of the waters. Now, Ed, you have any questions? As in, like,
no, it's just I figured this was your home country, and so I figured, hey, there was a storm. It's just, hey, it happened.
Okay.
Thanks for bringing it up because it was Ed actually that brought up this topic to our attention because we did see it. I think I saw it for myself and I thought like, okay, yeah, this is bad.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it could have been worse. But luckily, it didn't kill more people than it actually did. It did kill 30 people, so that's sorry for those lives. But.
So whenever we hear this, what's the first thing they say? Climate change, right? Any weather event. Any weather event, climate change.
But global this warming. Is not the U.S. we're talking about. Okay, so listen. This is something that happens all the time in the Dominican Republic. It's just a scale on this one. You understand? Okay. We won't, and actually so this is what I found.
Bro, you gonna tell me I can't hear what they saying? I can't hear what they saying, and I don't speak Spanish. You're telling me no one said climate change during that whole thing?
No.
Okay.
Nobody.
All right, I'm gonna take your word for it.
Well, if we put a few of you guys out there, man, maybe we can start talking about climate change. Putting out there the narrative.
Oh, you act like you don't believe now. You don't believe in climate change now.
No, not exactly what I'm saying, but okay. So the other thing to that I wanted, to bring up is that the satellite that we currently have is a satellite. I can't remember how many hundred millions, but the one we need is like so expensive of dollars, and it's I don't know how many hundred millions of pesos to buy one of those, and they actually refused to buy the one we should have bought for the country. And
a satellite for what?
Is a weather satellite that has like multi functions. Okay, so it would work for other things. Okay, but the one in Puerto Rico is smaller than Dominican Republic, and the satellite from Puerto Rico is twice the size.
A satellite for what?
It tells you the weather, like.
Bro, you're right by the United States. You don't think we monitor the weather? That's like right outside the country, like.
Well, obviously not, because like they tell you this was coming.
Bro, like I don't watch the weather. I'm pretty sure everyone knew this was coming. I'm pretty sure they knew.
So you expect us to depend on American news to know that we getting something?
Bro, I don't think it'd be the news. I think the government would actually say, "Hey guys, there's a big storm coming," and the government would tell you, like your government, and then say, "Hey, I think you need to prepare." I think that's like a normal thing that would happen.
But they did warn people and everything. It's just we didn't take the.
We're monitoring everything.
The warning. Yeah, I guess so. You do have a great point, but we can't depend on the U.S. to report to us what's going to happen, man.
But the fact that there were so many people still on the streets and in cars and that got stuck
because it happens all the time. They're like, "Oh, another storm up, whatever."
That's what I just told you. We did not know it was coming into like the magnitude that it did. So that's unfortunate. Hopefully this presents itself as an opportunity to develop the correct, security measurements, technology, and all the infrastructure. Yeah. But that's it for this reporting. Well, actually, talking about Dominican Republic, let's move on to something a little less traumatic, hopefully. And this is the next video, Ed. Can you put it on?
What's that?
The one with the fish.
Okay.
Yeah. So in Dominican Republic, is it not the video? You don't have the video there. So in Dominican Republic, when you growing up, what they tell you is like usually just go to the next, like pass on to the next on Instagram.
No, on Instagram itself.
And
then good arrow.
So you see this fish over here. So usually when you are growing up in Dominican Republic, if you have families that's from the campo or from like what you consider as Amish people who really live with like barely any technology and stuff like that. I don't know how you would say that in English. But they tell you about this like legendary fish that only surface like the deep sea when this is what they saying it is. I never seen it myself, but this is what they saying it is. It comes from deep sea only when the tectonic plates are agitated or there's an issue, which means there's a maremoto, how you say that? Tsunami? Or a big earthquake. Only then those fish come out. And I guess these kids found this fish in the shore and they started, poking around it, trying to catch it. And one of the fishermen from the area actually caught the fish, not knowing what it was or anything like that. You know what this guy did?
What's that?
Cut the fish in two pieces, one for him and one for these kids, froze it and started eating it. But you don't even know what it is. He's just, it's a fish, it's food, I guess. But after publicizing the video itself, people started talking like, "Oh, that's that fish that tells you when there's gonna be a natural catastrophe." and everything. And maybe he could have got a lot of money, but he thought about his belly before he thought about anything else. So I guess that's that. I found that to be a little crazy.
Yeah, it's too bad for the fish, but
Not
yeah,
just for the fish. Imagine if he would have had that fish like in a thing. Like if he would have put it out there, somebody would have bought it or something. You know what I mean? You would have had more than one day of freaking food. But like I said, you when you think with your belly, I guess that's what you get. And guys, that's pretty much it for Dominican Republic. Moving on, what else we got, Ed?
Well, we got the car crash. That's what we got.
Oh yes. So when was this? When did this happen, Ed?
When did this happen?
Oh, the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it
Okay.
happened Wednesday. Yeah,
Yeah, Wednesday, the 20 what?
was day before Thanksgiving. What, the 26th? Is it Thanksgiving?
20.
25th?
Yeah, it might have been like the 25th actually. So, when you saying again?
I think the 23rd, but if it was like Wednesday a week ago,
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
Okay, it was Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. Uh, as you guys know, like most of you guys know, because I mention it all the time, me and Ed live in Niagara Falls, New York, very close to the border to Canada, right? And uh, on Wednesday afternoon, we received like an alarming news talking about us taking measurements or being careful because there was a terrorist attack towards the Rainbow Bridge around here where we live, and there were so many things were said. At first they said that it was a terrorist attack, that it was car bomb, it was a targeted attack towards the authorities. The bridges got like freaking locked down. The casino let their employees go, I guess. And they had to be on my day off, bro.
Dude,
I mean,
that did not happen. What you talking about? They didn't
yeah,
let, they
it
didn't
was in
let
the
people go home. What are you talking about?
it was in the news.
Bro, I'm at the casino. Like, how you gonna tell me? Like, well, I don't care what's in the news. Like, I'm there at work.
What happened? Inside 8 was saying they were sending people from HR first home and everything. So you guys don't matter.
No,
They
we,
only
it
send
was,
us
in his own island,
we
taking
were
care
in
of
a
business.
we were in a meeting, and I'm like, we're not going home. And then everybody still had to work.
Really?
Yeah.
And the news said,
bad.
in the news said they were sending people.
Well, you know what, Angel? What you usually do, whatever the TV tells you, just believe that. Okay.
No, and that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad you were there.
If the
Actually,
news told you that everybody got sent home, then everybody got sent home.
well, I know for sure the people from HR got sent home.
Dude, like, it was
I guess your luck don't matter, man.
No, because they usually aren't going to work the holiday anyways, and it was like Thanksgiving Eve, so they probably, who knows
Somebody
what's
told
going on.
me when I came back that the TER was empty and everything.
Bro, the TDR's been empty a lot because they don't have enough people to cook.
Yeah, that is true too, right?
Yeah.
I don't go to the TDR like that anymore, so whatever. Okay, so what happens? I mean, you there, you hear about this, and what are they saying?
Oh, so did you find out? You didn't find out like what actually ended up happening? Because we got to the bottom of the story here.
Well, today I know, but I didn't know back then.
What you got?
It's no terrorist attack, I guess. No, are we talking about like the actual incident or
Yeah,
what happened at the casino?
The actual incident. Like what happened?
Okay. So, oh no, I didn't know why it happened or anything like
Oh, my
that, but
goodness.
you know why it happened?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
why?
what I said. I thought you had a reason. Like why?
Oh,
No,
so
I got. No, I
in a
know.
cop chase or something?
No, that's not what happened. There was this guy, right? He's like a local millionaire, and he owned a few I forget the name of the auto repair shops, but there's like a franchise of them. He owns them, a whole bunch of them around the area. He lives in Goats Island. Is it? No, Grand Island. Nobody lives in
Grand
Goats
Island.
Island.
Okay.
Grand Island.
Goat Island is inside of the water, though.
Yeah, nobody lives there, just a little park. He
Yeah.
lives in Grand Island. That's where a lot of the upper class people live in Niagara Falls. You know, for you guys who are outside of the area. Um, he had a 2022 Bentley, and there was an issue with these cars where the gas pedal will get stuck, and that's what happened. He was actually coming from the casino. He was coming from our casino. The guy is him and his wife, and he hops in the Bentley, and they're just enjoying their holiday, being it's Thanksgiving Eve, and his gas pedal got stuck. That's what
Wow,
happened.
that's a very bad factory defect to have, bro.
I mean,
Like,
we're not
yeah.
100% sure that was the issue, but it's looking like that was the issue.
But if he was an older dude,
He was like he was
his
56.
wife,
Yeah, like he inherited the business from his father. He's 56.
did he
And
have any kids?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, that
That's
is amazing.
that's a crazy
Okay,
story.
no, I actually thought like I was assuming it was like younger kids that are like speeding around and stuff like that.
And
Uh,
a brand new Bentley.
no, because I didn't know what kind of car it was. You know what I mean? Like the news report that I watched didn't tell you like what kind of make the car. Actually, they said that you couldn't even read the license plate. That's how hard the fire was burning, man. Um, the car was incinerated, and you couldn't like tell like into further like they said they had to investigate what kind of car it was, like license plates and all these
Yeah.
things because everything was boiled, like incinerated.
I
Like
hear
it
guys
was.
say, just jump out. Just jump out when that happens. I'm like, dude, that car will accelerate so fast before you know it. You're already like 70, 80, 90 miles an hour. We're not jumping out.
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, that's crazy. You don't jump out because, first of all, you feel responsible for your co-pilot.
Yeah,
In this case, your wife.
yeah.
So you over here looking for solutions. I would put that car in parking, even if it freaking messed up or anything like that. But I did that in one occasion, but it freaking broke the freaking car. You know what I mean? Like,
That's the thing. Like, what would you do? Like, could you just slam on the brakes or the park?
you put in parking, bro, and it breaks everything inside. I mean, it sounds like a freaking monster. I'm not
Really?
even.
Wait, you dealt with this before?
Yeah, well, I got scared one time, but the car was like
Yeah.
not worth nothing in Dominican Republic, and I pushed park in the thing, and it sounded like it was gonna freaking blow up, but I survived.
What?
Like,
You're telling me the gas pedal got stuck?
no. So I was. What was it? Somebody was driving. I can't remember who the heck was driving. One of my friends, and we like super young. And the dude is driving, and I didn't see him like I see him going towards like traffic, and the light is red, and there's like cars. And I'm like, bro, like brake, and he like not doing nothing about it. And I put that thing in. We weren't even going that fast, but he wasn't stopping. I'm like, yo, like, what are you doing? And the car broke and everything, I guess, and he wasn't too happy with me. I think the guy knows him, La Rabia,
Sounds
dude
familiar.
from my school. He would always appear, no matter what the party was, he was there. Like I don't know. But regardless of what, the car broke or whatever, and I didn't want to know nothing because you just put my life at freaking risk. But the car stopped.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So whatever. I would try anything. If you got an e-brake, all of that. Like I'm pressing buttons. That's all I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Now the thing is, unfortunately, both of the people on board of the car, they lost their life. Obviously, right? And it was no terrorist attack, which is, but I thought it was funny. Not funny, but I thought it was like, curious that I had said a few weeks before that nobody's gonna attack the border, and then you hear about a terrorist attack. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think it sounds correct, but whatever. A lot of people were complaining because a lot of people go there just like for a little while and come back and stuff like that. A lot of people were stuck on either side of the border. The border wasn't open until like 24 hours later, wasn't it?
Oh shit, that's a
So
long time.
yeah. So 2 days later, I actually ended up going to Canada, and people were still like talking about it and stuff like that. I didn't see no destruction or anything like. I couldn't see where all the
Commotion.
stuff was. Yeah, but this is 2 days later, of course, the day after Thanksgiving. And I couldn't tell where it had happened. I was trying to look with my family and everything, couldn't tell. um Ed, can you put the other video that shows the vehicle actually going airborne for a second? You see in the background
Oh,
of this
it's
video
all it's all in this video. Like, you see that?
yes.
Yeah.
But
That's
there's a
no, it was the same
there was
thing.
a video. Okay, no
Yeah, it was
problem.
the same. They
Um,
just cut that one part out.
yeah, I know. Nagayan, how about you, man? How did you hear about this?
I mean, Ed mentioned this last week, and I was like, oh, a terrorist attack? And that back then, I don't know if you knew more, Ed, about this back then, but it seemed very appealing, and especially because it came from the border from Canada, and the border of Canada is not as well guarded as any other border that the US has with Mexico. So, yeah, that made me like think, okay, that can be a real issue going on. But when I looked into it, I was like, okay, this was totally not a terrorist attack. And I heard even some politics or politician, a Republican Party politician, actually commented about it, like, yeah, this is why we need to close down the border, the northern border as well. And he didn't even know the details about what really accounted.
People just like messing with borders, man. They like closing borders, no matter what happens. Close the border.
Yeah,
Listen,
so
as soon as I heard of it, I already knew it was not due to no terrorist attack. I'm like, it doesn't seem right to me. But that's just me, of course.
You should still close the border, even though it's not a terrorist attack.
No, I agreed.
you
I
agree?
agree. I agree to close the border. Yes, absolutely. You got to do
More than it
the.
is right now.
Yeah, you should. You shouldn't be able to.
No.
You shouldn't be able to
I'm
get in
talking
there
about
at all.
lockdown for sure. For sure. It doesn't matter how small the threat is. You always should take precautions. So one little thing doesn't become such a huge incident. Does that make sense? What if it was? Because just because I don't think they're gonna get attacked doesn't mean they won't get attacked. I mean, I think that would be the perfect thing. They're not gonna suspect it. They don't think it'll happen. So I see why it could happen, but I just don't see it happening. And close the borders, check it out, and all these things until you know what's going on. Make sure your citizens are safe.
Yeah, good
But
point.
that's
I can.
that is me. And that's a shame on the casino too, because like we go through these trainings every year and all these active shooter trainings and all these things, and like when something seems to happen, you don't do anything. You just, what kind of meeting was this, Ed?
Bro, like, what would they do? It's just an unfortunate accident.
Was it a meeting? No. When it first happened, and that's a really nice shiny building right there we have, right? Okay. So if something was going down in that particular area, why wouldn't they be a target? If it's mayhem and destruction you want to cause, that's a good starting point. Even more than that little border, because if you hit the border, what for?
Bro,
I don't know.
No, it's just it's just an unfortunate accident. There's no shame on the casino or anything. It's just
No. I'm not throwing shame. Like, maybe I did say shame, but I'm just saying like we should be prepared for something to happen. Okay, and precaution should always be first. Like that's just my opinion. You're saying you had a meeting talking about what?
We got to talk about, since we got a new executive, he has meetings now. We got to talk about our progress each week and
I
how
thought
we
we
can
had a
improve.
meeting. meeting. I'm thinking you're talking about a meeting of security meeting. Like,
No,
what we're gonna
no,
do? How
it's
we
just
gonna proceed?
like we were supposed to have it today, but they canceled it.
Okay. Well, it's cool. I guess that's it for the Canadian border, aka Rainbow Bridge, Canadian and U.S. border, I should say. And yeah, again, rest in peace to those people who lost their life. Um, Now, what did you do to a company like so prestigious as Bentley, man? Because that is amazing. Like such an expensive car, such a
Bentley's
prestigious.
not prestigious. What are they? They're like owned by Volkswagen. Like they lost their prestige.
How much is what? Bentley?
Bentley is still expensive. It's a luxury car.
Yeah, it is a luxury car. Like
I mean,
rappers
it's not
get
like it's
that,
not
man.
like it's a Rolls Royce or something. I mean, it's just
Oh,
a Bentley.
okay.
Yeah.
You have a
No,
good point.
no,
Okay. But it is still a prestigious brand.
I
Bentley
think
is.
like a Bentley, they're still made mass produced. They're still mass produced in a factory. Like Rolls Royce is made by hand.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
When you're comparing it to a freaking Royce, that is a different.
I think
But
I
it's
think
still
it
a
was
luxury
still
car.
it was like a $200,000 car is what they say, like 250 something like that.
200.
still,
Yeah.
now it brings a little more bells because if you say it's a factory produced car, that means that more of these vehicles.
Yeah,
have
it's
the same
known.
flaws.
It's known that that defect is there.
Yeah,
There was actually a recall. I don't think it was for the year he had, it was for the previous year. Like there was a recall on those cars.
That's too bad. Yeah. No, so in all
Oh.
cases you should. Oh yeah, that's. By the way,
okay.
this law.
Okay,
got
so
passed. Wait a minute.
What-
Yeah, go ahead.
A basic Bentley goes from $225,000
Yeah.
and up to over $500,000. To you know what I mean?
That's a luxury car.
That's a luxury car.
No, I'm saying it is a
But
luxury
still,
car.
It's
If I have
it's owned by
$200,000,
Volkswagen.
wait. Now I want to know. But if I have $200,000, why should I spend it with you? Is what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
okay, what about what's up with Volkswagen?
They own
Volkswagen Audi Group owns Bentley. While
Really?
actually Bentley was a British motor company, they are now owned by a German car brand.
Volkswagens are known for being
Very safe, very
okay.
reliable.
yeah.
The Audi as well. They're not top range, but affordable, reliable cars.
I'd rather have an
Audis
Audi.
are very safe. I heard they break a lot, but they are safe when it comes to the safety features and stuff like that. So what could
Nobody
have happened
perfect.
here?
There can
What
be
is it?
defects.
Bro, that's a big defect.
Yeah, that's a big
imperfection.
But by the
Like,
way-
come on.
There was a bill. I don't know if you guys saw it. There was a bill that got passed about the cops being able, or about manufacturers being able to put a kill switch in any vehicle. Any new vehicle should come with a kill switch that the cops can actually access.
Oh yeah, I heard about that, but I didn't know it got passed.
I don't know if it got passed, but they are in the process of.
But that wouldn't have saved this. That's pulling people over and stuff, right? Like that wouldn't have saved.
Yeah, it's an advantage for like the law enforcement.
So are
But
you
no,
guys think it's a good thing or bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing, man. Like, come on, dude. Like, I mean, if the cops can have this kill switch, so can you. Like, I'm just saying. Like, it's gonna be out there, and if I don't know. Everything can be used for evil as well. So that's just my point on it.
What about you, Nick?
Kill switch, no, don't do it. No. I'm against it. The more digital you make it, the more access you give people, the more it's prone to be hacked or to be.
Yeah, the more
And I don't like digital things because it can break, it can cause a malfunction, it can cause you driving on the freeway and it just interrupts or some electrical difficulties, and then You're in the middle of the highway standing
There's
still.
already been a few stories of like these newer cars where they say like
Mhm.
usually like government agencies can hack into your car and just like make it accelerate and have you just accelerate and
Yeah.
crash if they want to get rid of you.
Have a scheduled accident.
Yeah.
Schedule your accident, bro.
I'm driving these old cars. The
By the
little
way, I wish this is a good one, Nagayan, to bring up. Thank you for bringing that up, because like I would like to get into some of these like conspiracies like this. Like there's a lot to like get into that, and I find it to be fun. So
more of that maybe on the next. Talking about kill switches. The man with the blue backpack. Do you remember him?
oh yeah, go on 1 sec.
He's gonna go to the bathroom. Yeah. So basically, getting back on kill switches. If we're talking about kill switches, do you guys remember the guy that had the blue backpack?
Yeah, Sam Altman. Yeah, I remember that guy.
I'm so bad with names, but I remember the backpack. I don't remember his name though.
Now, it turns out this guy either got fired or he signed a deal that he got away from the company he was at, which was OpenAI or
Yeah.
which one?
Wait, hold up. What you mean he signed a deal to get away from that company?
He got fired or he quit. Either way, I don't know the details about it. Maybe Ed knows. I don't know what happened in those rooms, but
Yeah.
they
I was trying to. I was keeping up with it a little bit. To me, it's like no one actually knows. And it seems like right now, like they're saying that the people on the board, like one of the board members, like when OpenAI started monetizing even more, like allowing people to make their own custom GPTs. I don't know if you. I know you got. Well, I know you were dabbling a little bit with Chat GPT, but now you can make your own custom GPTs, which means you can go in, you can set all kind of parameters, and you can upload information into the GPT. And you can, like, I've been doing this actually because there's like new plugins that I've been using, like one Ziva Dynamics, which is a Maya plugin for simulating muscle. There's another one. I just got a new Fluid Flux, which is doing realistic water simulation in Unreal Engine. I started learning PCG graphs and like procedural content generation in Unreal Engine, where it can actually lay out all the trees and everything without you have to use blueprints in order to do it. So I'm using the custom Chat GPTs to help me out, right? So you can upload all these PDFs, the documentation, you can just upload it right into your own custom GPT, and then you can say, hey, this is my Unreal Engine helper GPT. And now instead of you going through the documentation, flipping through it yourself, your GPT has it all stored up, and you can just ask it questions like, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? And your GPT can help you just like that. Now, the thing is, you can sell these GPTs on the market store now, right? If you make a custom one that's really good. And one of the board members found out that he was trying to do that was the new way that they were going in the company. And he said, wait, hold up. My company that I'm trying to do outside of this is trying to do that. No, we got to dissolve this. No, we can't do that because it was messing up his money. That's one of the theories. I don't know about that.
Oh, okay.
So the theory is he quit. He had
he got fired by the board because they were like, because one of the board members.
Okay.
No, he really got fired. He didn't quit. But they said because he's trying to monetize it, that maybe that might be the issue, because one of the board members who are not getting paid, which is a problem right there, because they should have equity. They should have a share in the company if it succeeds, but they're not, because they figure that might be the best way of doing it. But one of these guys on the board, said, wait, hold up. This is going to mess up my business outside of here. Let's shut this down right now. That ain't happening. But that's the theory. The theory I like is that there might actually be, they discovered AGI, and then everyone flipped out.
What's that?
Explain this to me.
You guys don't know what AGI is? Come on.
No.
Man.
Maybe I do, but you don't know.
AGI is it. That's the holy grail. That's where we're done. You got artificial general intelligence. You basically created full sentience. It can do anything. You can just, it's basically like you're dealing with someone like a human level intelligence. Hey, learn how to drive a car. Hey, learn how to operate a cashier. Hey, learn how to be an astronomer. Like you're dealing with like human level intellect, full blown.
AGI. That's a new. They put a new syllable in between AI and.
Yeah, because this is beyond AI. This is
Well,
what AI is trying to achieve. This is when you have actual human level artificial intelligence.
Blade Runner all over again. But okay, then.
And they're saying that
that's
they
a nice theory.
that they achieved this, and then the
Oh,
people
my goodness.
like flipped out, and he ended up getting fired. And they said that, wait, this is actually a danger to humanity, and we gotta stop this. And so they try to dissolve the company.
That's a nice theory.
I like that theory. That's the one
Yeah,
I'm going with.
I would love.
I think they already got it. I think they already got it.
I
Yeah,
think so too,
dangerous.
but that's why they would fire him. I don't see the connection between one and the other thing. Help me.
It could be the way it's being released is because they panicked. I don't know.
But why get rid of him? I still can't make a connection to it. Like I believe it's there. I believe it's there's a good possibility that we already have this technology. But why? How does it trace back to him getting fired? That's
Because
what
they wanted to dissolve the company to protect humanity. That's actually why the
Yeah.
board was put in place. Like that was their mission. Like if we, I forget exactly how they
The
did it. Like,
managing director steps
I
out
just
of
think-
bounds or goes too far.
yeah,
I think unless something like this was affecting those people like directly and not giving them one over it, like over the rest of us, they wouldn't see a problem with it.
but Sam, he like no one knows. Eventually, we'll find out.
Wouldn't he talk?
No, he's back now. He's back now, and they want everybody on the board. I think they want him replaced. But he's back. OpenAI is still going strong. You guys are still going to be able to use your GPTs. Don't worry.
Now I heard that then that maybe rumors, but I heard the Twitch director was bound to take over as a director
Yeah.
at and there was also somebody else that got fired from another like ChatGPT like AI system. I don't remember his name though, but the rumors were that they were gonna start a company together. Sam
What-
Altman and this guy.
And the other guy got fired for what? Similar things?
I haven't looked into that.
If you have two dudes who are mad corrupt doing, I don't know. Like, all right, let's see.
But who says they are corrupt? Maybe
Yeah, who
the
said
corrupt
they're
ones are the board. I don't know.
Mm.
They're trying to hide the information from the general public. I mean, that's a bigger crime than.
Okay, so you remember in that one episode where we spoke about this OpenAI, and I said, what happens when it gets smart enough to override that kill switch and all these things and stuff like that? What is IGI? What is it?
AGI?
AGI? What? Okay. What is this kill switch against that? Like, because let's say it behaves as a human, it learns, it acts, it let's say it simulates feelings or whatever. You would protect yourself, right? Over anything, right?
Yeah, matter of fact, they're saying that there's this new Q Star system, and that this Q Star, I forget exactly how they're naming it, but that's real, and that's one of the things that's going to be something that's going to be implemented in the next GPT, like GPT-5 and all that. And what it can do, it can finally learn on its own now. Like that's the new.
That's what I imagine it's gonna be doing. Like that's where we're headed. And when you told me, oh, we don't have that technology, I told you that's where we headed. We're not stopping now. Like you know what I mean? Like this, it's not stopping. And sure enough, this is where we're heading, regardless of what. And
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
By the way, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you should like check anything that with Chat GPT, any of our old episodes with Chat GPT or artificial intelligence, even the Elon Musk chip Neuralink,
yeah,
anything like that, you should check it out. Very interesting. Just give the channel a chance
yeah.
to
We
to
got it all
explain.
sorted in our nice playlist about technology. You
Yeah.
can
So
if you want to watch that.
very interesting. And this is not only for us to tell you like exactly what it is. This is for us to give you a starting point as well. And from there you do your own
Yeah,
research and come back and interact with
yeah,
us.
because you know we don't know what we're talking about.
No, Ed is the most savvy. I'll tell you this. This is not my subject. This is not my strong point. So I'm speaking for myself. I'm willing to learn and whatever. Now, Ed, this is my question, man. Everything you were telling me, like to me, it sparks my interest so much, and I would like to hear you talk about this a little more. Me personally, okay? I'm not talking about nigga, and I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm talking about me personally, okay? You saying you before you needed blueprints for these trees and the water and
Well,
this
no,
and that,
that's what
and
they
now,
call it. It's called Unreal Engine blueprints, and it's basically like blocks of code. They call
Mhm.
it a visual scripting language, and you connect these nodes. It's basically nodes,
no,
and
no,
you connect them all
I
together.
that part I do know
Yeah.
how it works. But what I don't understand or know how it works is how does it hold the information to do it itself?
Well,
Is there
well, basically, if you were
If you
learning
put the
anything,
script in.
right, you can just go to a site. Like if you were trying to learn OBS, right, you
Mhm.
go to the site and there's a PDF, like a PDF, and you just download it, and it'll have, okay, here's how you install the program, here's how you adjust the audio, whatever, you know what I mean,
Oh,
and you can just take that PDF and you can just upload it right into ChatGPT.
and
Okay.
then the ChatGPT recognizes it.
Yeah, it learns
Two
it.
steps
Oh,
actually.
oh, I thought it was ChatGPT doing the homework for you. Like, okay, you got to introduce it to ChatGPT, and it's basically learning from the information you feed
Yeah,
in it.
so instead of
Yeah.
you like reading that PDF or book or whatever it is, instead of you reading it yourself, you can just say, boom, there's the book, and it
And
knows
so
all
you
the
run into a
information.
question.
And you can just
So
ask it questions. Yeah.
yeah, okay, I understand. Thank you. Because sometimes we gotta like explain these things. I don't know exactly how that works. Is there any possibility of us, like for us to watch you make anything like this, like water, like nature, like
Yo, I got that
simple?
water, man. That water is sick,
That
man.
water. I got that water. That reminds me.
Okay.
Okay.
So when
Dude, it
could
looks
we watch you?
realistic. Like you asked what I bought for Black Friday. That's what I bought for Black Friday. I got the water. I got some water.
Okay,
Got a
so
water
so
plug.
so how can we see this in action? Like see you put a little something together, like start from scratch and you put a few things together.
Dude, it's easy.
Even if
Like
it's not
it's
perfect.
not even like it's just the water just flows, man. It just
I want to
flows.
see it. So
It's
when can we see this? It's
I'll see
exciting to
you
me. I
got
don't know.
All right, next week.
Can we do this next
okay.
section?
Okay.
Okay,
I
cool.
thought you were gonna pull out the water right now.
So what I'm gonna do is like, is it possible for me to write down like a scenario and you like work on that, like in front of me or something?
Sure, I don't even know what you're talking about, man. I thought I just want to see the water. What scenario can you do with water? Like what you?
Yeah, that's like, let's say a friggin' bird flying, the water running, a friggin' tree, and a friggin' owl come into a tree. Like put something simple like
You
that
see,
together.
he talking about owls and birds and all this. Just something simple, huh?
I'm making something up on the spot. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I don't know how
um,
difficult that is, and I
I
think
don't
people
know
listen.
either.
Yeah.
Look,
I
it's
don't know. I have
water.
no
I
idea.
show
I'm
you the
just
water.
excited
Okay,
though.
water. Not owls and birds and all
A
this.
waterfall.
Okay, a water.
Yeah, like a waterfall with trees or something,
Guys,
bro.
if
Like
you've seen just
I
CG
don't want to
water
just stare at
flowing
water.
and the water just looked like water, not like any water you've seen in a video game, but look like pretty real like water. Like what more do you want?
Why are we not using
Why do you
this
why do you
on
need
the
an
new
owl?
Call
Like
of
what do
Duty
you need an
game?
owl for? What's that?
No, I'm just making a picture in my mind on the spot, bro. Like it doesn't have to be an hour.
But you're saying
I,
like, why don't we have that in a video game?
why don't why is that not on the new Call of Duty that came out, man? That water don't look like that convincing to me. I mean,
Well,
it
the
looks
thing
good.
is, like, would more people buy it if it had better water in it? Would people even care?
I would care. I love graphics. I love being fooled by the scenario.
They come out with basically the same game year after year after year after year.
I know.
Why? And people buy it. So why would you put new technology in there? That's a waste of money.
I see, but when I'm making something, when I'm building something, just me.
Okay.
I
Well,
like
this
improving
isn't
it. I
just you.
like-
These are companies that are managing millions of dollars, and they
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
have
absolutely.
a return on their investment. So it's like, why would you spend?
Now, how about the new GTA that's coming out next year? You think they'll do that?
I don't know. I mean, they got to do
as a
something.
company-
I mean, I know
Well,
the current
Uh-huh.
GTA looks kind of old. It doesn't look that impressive graphically. I mean, they got to do something.
but when it first came out, they used to talk about their graphics and their scenarios and how it looks and the buildings and how you can interact with the
for
different
video
things.
for video games, I don't. Graphics is like, is it really that big a deal? I think for GTA, one thing they have to do is they have to you need more people on the server. Isn't the server cap like 50 or something like that? Like, come on, man.
It's like 50. I think 50 is pretty decent.
No,
And
it's
yeah,
not decent. Like, how many people are in an actual city? Like, how is that decent?
Sorry. Oh no, I get in that. I understand it. The problem is GTA gets chaotic after you see a lobby full with more than like 20 people. It
Bro,
gets chaotic.
something's wrong with this game. You have an entire city. You're telling me 20 people going to cause chaos in a city?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yes.
I never played GTA,
Times.
by the way.
Well,
Not always, but
after 20 people, you probably got chaos going on. People throwing bombs from airplanes.
you know what they need? They need to make a bigger, fully fleshed out city, and you need to
Mhm.
yeah.
Real consequences, real like this and that. You lose this for real. You got to start this over. Yeah. I agree, but by the way, we talk about games and gaming and graphics and all these things as well. Look it up. We got some good content as well.
Really,
but,
on gaming, we got that?
not really.
What?
But
we talk about games and like what should be in games all the time.
Okay, all right. If you say
but
so.
we
If you
really-
say, you guys look for that that footage, that video.
there's
Okay.
probably a playlist out there
Okay.
from our side.
There's a playlist where we mention games and what they should have and all these things and games that we have played and experienced.
Another broad topic that we
Mhm.
got out there is politics. And this time, especially last week, we had the Dutch elections for the Prime Minister. And we had some very surprising results. More on that. I think that the video that I'm going to show is in Dutch.
Okay.
But to give an introduction, the majority vote went to Geert Wilders. He is
Oh, yeah.
actually a right-wing.
I heard of that name before.
Geert Wilders?
Yeah.
Probably. He's very much keen to be in the news for his very how do you call it?
I
Very
heard
bold
him before.
statements. Yeah.
I heard of that dude before. I don't know where I heard him before. I heard like something.
To me, he reminds me of the United States Trump as president. He has some of the same agenda points, like closing the border, not letting refugees inside anymore, not contributing to the climate agenda that's going on, and
Yeah.
some other points that he stands with, like next. Just
What
similar
did you
to
ask
Trump.
him about? Did you ask him about Ukraine? What did he say about that?
No funds to Ukraine anymore.
Okay.
Same points. Same points. Maybe you can roll the video, then we can. I'm
You
gonna translate it as we
you
go.
want to play the audio since she's not gonna, or turn it down a little bit, cause
Oh yeah, exactly.
just a little bit. Wait, hold. I can't hear this.
I'm not hearing it either.
Mini.
All right, let me pause it.
Yes. So we had a. My bad. I blanked out. Can we do that again? Better to do it now than later. But yeah. 3. Hi guys and girls, welcome back. And yeah, we see you tuned in to another podcast of Unidentified Podcast. And today we're going to cover actually the Dutch political system a little bit, because last week we had elections and they were quite surprising results. And yeah, I think I'm going to give a little bit of intro, because the Dutch political system works as follows. You have 150 zetels. I don't know how you translate those, but chairs in the first chamber, where the ministers sit, and you have 150 chances of getting a prime minister in place from different parties. But of course, people need to vote those prime ministers in, and how do you get those votes is by basically gaining zetels in every different community or segment or government, judicial department. And yeah, basically go vote. Whenever you vote for the candidate which you of course want to see, and the political party which you stand behind with their agenda. And this time a right-winged party won the elections, and that's quite surprising, because the Dutch people are known to be centered a little bit to the left. So, and what I mean with that is a right-wing party tend to be more nationalistic, more traditional, more conservative. If you can compare it to a party in the US, it would be a Republican Party, and is prone to, as the slogan of Trump goes, "Make America Great Again." The Dutch slogan goes for the party that actually won. That was the PVV, the Party for the Freedom of the Netherlands. And the minister in place is Geert Wilders, and he won with 35 chair positions, zetels. And 35 is not the majority vote, but it was the biggest party that won, because we have a tumultuous, I don't know how many parties there are which you can vote on. I think it's like 20 or 24. So there's more than 2 parties. So having 35 of the 150 votes, he came out winning as the majority vote. And it's a right-winged party. And like I said, with right-winged, it's more conservative. And I can say they cover the same agenda points as the Trump administration. And if you roll the video, we can go through the agenda points that they have.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Nederlanders weer op 1. Dat is de naam van het verkiezingsprogramma van de PVV.
So his program is called Dutch on Number 1.
Al toont Wilders zich optimistisch over het sluiten van compromissen met andere partijen.
Ik kan me niet voorstellen dat andere partijen...
He's very... That's this Geert Wilders.
You want me to pause a little bit? Because I don't know what they say.
Yeah, I would like to hear like piece by piece, so he doesn't lose like important information. So far, what they said.
So far, she showed the program, the agenda points that they have, and in it, there's not really there's not a good coverage of how the finances should be covered. So he's gonna do concessions on certain parts, but it's not very well entailed. Well, it should be more than 1 page, and she says 1 page. So, and he's not willing to lean into a little bit more of a left-winged agenda points, and he's not willing to let go any of the points he has. So that will be very difficult to form an actual majority government, because for one party he has the win, but for a government to be formed, you have to have 76 zetels. and 76 of the 150 chair positions need to be in coalition to actually govern the country. And if you don't have 76, then you won't be able to have a majority vote on any of the referendum points or any of the agenda points. So he has to go with the other political parties that are less right-winged than him. And that's going to be a little bit of a problem if he sticks to his own agenda points. So this is Geert Wilders.
Die enorme winst van de PVV
This is
zullen
actually
negeren. Dat zal niet gebeuren.
Toch zal het nog een hele kluif worden. Op het belangrijkste punt voor de partij
basically on migration,
PVV een asielstop.
He wants to stop
illegale asielzoekers moeten worden
immigrants coming in. And illegals, he wants to deport back.
En Nederland moet het VN-vluchtelingenverdrag opzeggen.
He wants to
weer worden bewaakt.
Thank you.
I thought you could do it on the fly. I thought you were like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, that's I find it quite hard. But in this migration policy, he has as no more immigrants coming in, illegal immigrants being deported out. The EU has a treaty where each country has to allow a certain amount of immigrants in. He says, step out of that policy and go back to making sure your borders are not getting crossed by immigrants.
Okay, but his issue over here is like illegal immigrants, or he does not want immigrants in there at all. And let's say for like those how about for refugees, like war refugees and people who are like threatening their own countries and stuff like that? How does he feel about that?
Close the borders. We are a country that's in the middle of Europe, so before they come to the Netherlands, they first have to cross to either Belgium, Germany, Luxembourg, or the other countries, and he's not willing to take any more.
Really?
Yeah.
But okay, how about the ones that are there? They cool?
If you have your papers, then you can stay, but
that's no more.
If you don't have your papers yet, you have to be deported or you have to be locked up.
Okay, so how about if myself, I lived in the US and I wanted to go over there and live, what happens?
You can request a visa, you're allowed access. No,
that's all you do. It's like you just go and just go over there and do it the legal way. Like, I don't know why we having an issue with this. Be legal. Get your papers right, Angel. That's all you gotta do, man.
Well, not everybody has the privilege that I do. So
okay, well, sorry.
I'm asking questions.
If for Dominicans it's a little bit a lengthier process. I know you have. I think you have a U.S. passport, right, Lito?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for Dominicans can come in still. They do have to do it the legal way, and there are loops around it. Because if you have someone that you know that lives here, they can guarantee you and that you will either go back if you want to go and if you're coming here on vacation, or
now you'll be responsible for me. Like
exactly.
Okay, I know how that works.
Yeah.
But
so there are legal ways to come to the country.
Yeah, I get it. I see that. Okay. Well, that's not that bad. It's his countries, his rules. And if this is how the population feels and agrees with him, then I'm all for it, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I now, why is this? Oh, but let's finish watching this and do your thing.
Yeah. So next up we have, I think it was climate.
Islamitische scholen worden verboden, net als Korans en moskeeën.
Islam.
Vrouwen mogen
basically he wants to abolish the schools, the Islamic schools.
Yeah.
Can you pause it again? And
we had pictures that time. Yeah.
Yeah, women can no longer wear hijabs. So I don't know if you know what that is, but
yeah, we seen the picture, that thing she had on her face.
Yeah, the robes that cover your face.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Or you cannot even wear those that cover your head or your hair anymore. So those will not be allowed in government buildings and
None of that.
But we're not not allowed inside of government buildings.
yeah, and you won't be able to work for the how do you call it, gemeente or the government.
Honestly, you shouldn't be allowed to wear it anywhere. I mean, if that was up to me.
Police.
Do you know this that they wear this because it's part of their religion, right? Like they not
Doesn't
wearing
even
it
matter.
because
Doesn't even matter.
they look cool.
Doesn't even matter.
Okay.
You know why I say that? You go to
Why?
their country and you be a woman and you walk around, you know, with, let's say it's 100 degrees. You want to walk around in a bathing suit. See what happens to you. Do you think they're gonna respect your traditions, your customs? Nope.
That is actually a good
I
point.
can't play that game, man. We can't do that.
Okay, so
Okay.
next point we got Europe, and for Europe, they want to actually leave the country, leave the European Union, just like the Brexit. They want an exit.
wil
And
zich terugtrekken uit het
for
VN-klimaatakkoord.
Ukraine, no longer how do you call it, military support. So I think that's a good point actually. And
You
that's
wait,
something
hold
that-
on. You think we shouldn't help the Ukrainians? They need us.
No,
Okay.
I mean they've got a lot of help. You tried, but no. And for climate, there are some points that he has as well that are quite impactful. But
En af van windmolens
Let's see.
en zonneparken. Ook moeten de
No.
stikstofregels worden geschrapt.
Ja.
De partij wil daarnaast nog
so no, they want to exit the treaty they have,
The Paris Accord thing, is that what you're talking about?
yeah, they just want to exit the treaties, so don't not participate in those. No longer give subsidies to solar panels and windmills. Actually, no building or placing of solar panel and windmills anymore. And I guess
Well-
what was the last one?
Why? What is this? What you mean?
Anybody with common sense, like why would you look at the beautiful countryside and you got a bunch of solar panels and windmills and all this mess all over the round? Like nobody wants that. Why would you want that? And you got all that gas and oil that you got access to. Like who wants that? That's crazy.
I
Are
mean,
you doing this for nature or you just hate solar panels, man? What's going on?
Bro, like you seriously, like why would you want that? Like beautiful just nature and you got solar panels and windmills all over the place. Like let's cut down some trees so we can have room for some windmills. So for some solar panels. Like what is the logic? What are we doing right now, man?
it's a fair point. I mean,
It is a
you
fact.
want to make sure that you have a sustainable planet, but not by harming the planet more to
But this is the problem. Like it seems like we make this mistake all around, man. Clean energy, which is not that clean. You got to do a lot to obtain this. It's clean once it's functional, like once it starts function, right?
but you have to maintain it.
Development and maintenance and like changing parts and all these things, it's not clean at all. And now the other problem is like clean, like when we talk about clean or like it goes all around, and we making this mistake even with our food industry. And this is why sometimes I get how I get, because like just because it fits your criteria or like whatever you like looking at doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it make it make sense. And then like let's talk about it. Does that make sense? Because we gotta like eliminate all these fields, like Ed said, for a windmill. Okay, for these solar panels. And like we said before, we stated before, again, we have episodes on this, right? The way we get the materials for these things, people die, lots of things happens throughout this. If you want to know exactly how it goes, then like just look it up. We got it.
These people are not stupid. They know what they're doing. It's a scam. All right, let's.
No. The people, I believe that the people who sell this idea, they know what it is, right? But not those who are consuming it. I mean, because what you're selling me is not the development, is the final product is what you're selling me. Windmill, we get this windmill, it makes energy from nothing. Then there you go, nothing but the air. That's what they tell you. And then the solar panels is like, we have a sun and we're not using it. Makes sense to do it. And if you explain this to me in this way, then it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense to do it. But like, you just selling me the front of it, then you lying to me. And if you lying, it tells me you got something to hide. It's just look into it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
All right,
Let's do your research. And there was another point. We also have an episode on that, and that was you can pause it. That was actually the farmers' protest. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there were farmers protesting all over the Netherlands because of the CO2. How do you call it? CO2 emissions, which were put in place as to regulate farmers actually producing too much CO2. But that was because of the building and the development also caused CO2. So if the farmers produce less CO2, they get cut on their CO2, we can develop and build more buildings and stuff like that. But since that's in place and the farmers went on riots, a whole new party started, and this is also what came from it, is they want to abolish the CO2 regulations for them to be able to farm like they used to and just don't have these limitations on their farmland and farming industry.
Do you agree with this? Do you think the farmers are correct? Do you think this is you're on the side of the farmers?
I'm on the side of the farmers.
What about the environment though, man? What about the climate?
I mean, it's a two-way thing. I mean, the farmers are producing food not per se for us because they have increased their supply so much that they're now exporting the food to other countries. And in that sense, you have to think about, okay, no farmers, no food, indeed. But no farmers, no food doesn't mean no food for us. It means no food for people out there. And in the same sense, it has to be sustainable. I mean, you can farm, but don't overdo it. And that's something that the farmers have been tricked into by banking. And get big loans to increase your production so you can produce more. But at the same time, when you produce more, the supply of all these farmers gets bigger. And then you actually cutting your own price, because if you have more supply, your price will go down. If you have more demand, the price will go up. So make sure you produce some amount for yourself to be able to sustain yourself and do it in a sustainable manner. So I'm in the farmers field in the sense that they shouldn't be knocking on the farmer's door for these reductions. The ones that already have these things in place, yes, okay, keep on doing your thing. But the building is what we want. New buildings, we want bigger buildings, we want to build apartments, we want to build skyscrapers or things like that. And think about, okay, why do you need to build in a densely populated area these skyscrapers? Why don't you just build outside these populated areas? Build something that's relatable, or just use the buildings that are there, but do it in a more sustainable manner instead of you crushing down buildings and just putting skyscrapers in so that you can charge a whole lot of more rent for less area, less square footage actually. So it's a two-way thing, and it's not the farmers. They got driven into this position, and it's a bad position to be in. But now they're there. Yeah, they have to do something, and this is not this is not the way. This is not the way to cut back on the farmers. I would say that's not fair. That's cutting on the. You have rich farmers, but that's cutting away at the middle class, and you don't want that.
So what you're saying is there's like, are you talking about like a carbon credit type deal where like the building, like development, like of buildings, like that has one type of carbon footprint, and then so since we made a whole bunch of carbon building and developing, the farmers have to cut back their carbon to balance it out. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh.
And
Okay.
the more closer to a densely populated area you are, the more you get cut, because the more they're being built. There's being built. Well, you have
like I
all
said,
this
it's a
area
scam. It's ridiculous. It's a game. It's a scam. If these people were serious, you would just say, hey, stop it. It wouldn't be swapping credits and this person did this and now it wouldn't be all that. It wouldn't be all that, man.
So yeah, so that's and then we have some other points on the agenda. These are the last ones.
All right, keep going with video.
Yeah, and then pause it when.
Excuses voor het slavernijverleden intrekken. Geen subsidies meer voor kunst en cultuur. Zwarte Piet moet blijven. Geen geld meer naar de publieke omroep. En een volledige stop.
So they want to abolish the first chamber, or the first where you got elected into. They want to abolish that whole system. If you remember, we also did an episode on this, and that was that the Netherlands had apologized for the slavery past that they had, and they did this. The political system did this. So the one prime minister in charge a couple of months ago, he did his apologies, and right now he wants to revoke the apologies that were made back then for the slave history. No more money for the subsidies. Oh, Ed, you are on mute.
He's gonna revoke it, so he's saying he's not sorry anymore?
I don't know how that works, but he's going to revoke it for the whole country.
Okay.
I don't know how that works, but yeah.
He's just saying, hey guys, look, get over it. We're not doing that. Like, it happened, it's in the past. Just get over it.
It's very weird, but no more subsidies for art and culture. And also we did an episode on this. Black Pete must stay.
Okay.
So blackfacing must stay.
He said that's a part of our culture. Boom, deal with it.
Part of the culture. Get over it. We're gonna keep doing that. And two other points that
we could keep it as a part of history and not a part of the culture. Like, when you speak of culture, are we talking about like the tradition of imitating this year after year? Like, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with it, but I just to bring up a solution, like something to think about is that it does offend certain people, okay? And it's a shame. I mean, it'll offend you over, the color of your skin is a very outdated idea of way of thinking, right? But I think it's important to at least keep it in history if they got rid of it as a culturalization type of thing. Because, we got to look back and know what was done and know that, we are different people than back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but this guy said he don't care about all that. That's our tradition. This is what we're doing. There's one thing that I know this guy isn't gonna do.
What?
He ain't got the heart to say
stop.
What? No, I was gonna say ASML. To say that, hey, you know what? We're gonna sell. ASML can do business with whoever they want, even if it's China. Now, if you forgot about the ASML thing. That's a part of the technology ban that the U.S. has with China. That's why China can't really make the chips that they want to make, and that's why they can't compete with Taiwan semiconductor and all that. They need the lithography machines from ASML. And our White House, like, they actually had a meeting with Biden, and Biden said, no, you can't do business with China. So I'm like, okay, you still gonna listen to that?
That's a good one, because that's a lot of business that goes. But maybe we might have to do that.
I don't think he's got the heart to do that. That you can do all that stuff with the farmers and climate change. You ain't got the heart to do that. That's a pretty.
He wants to make the Netherlands great again. My bad. That's Trump's line. He wants to make the Dutch people number one again. Dutch people first. The rest is basically second.
Okay. We'll see.
But yeah, that's the concern for the Dutch elections. He still has to be, how do you call it, voted in, or officially voted in. That's going to be in 3 days. And yeah, we'll see how much of a party or a coalition he can form on these points, and if he's willing to sway a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I can understand that a whole lot of parties will be against many of these points that are mentioned. So we'll see it unfold, and I'll keep you guys posted on how it develops. Fingers crossed. Thank you.
Thank you. We still have a chunk of the video. Are we continuing this?
If not really, it's I think the points were the most important ones, and I think she's gonna be more about the financial part, how to cover it, and the lack of support he has in these other parties. So that's.
So this guy won, Nagayan.
This guy won 35 out of 150 seats.
Did you help him win?
Nah, technically not. But what happens when you vote on a small party? Your votes go to the biggest one of that city. I think the city went with GroenLinks, so I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe.
Okay. When you vote for somebody, what are you looking for, like, currently?
For me, as a political activist, I call it, I voted on the party that I was involved in, and actually did some on the background, some courses and some active, how do you call it, activities. But it was a party based on social radical equality. So equality for all people, humans, planet, and Earth. Humans, planet, and animals, I mean. And yeah, it's a very social party, very left-winged, and very very small, but it's based from grassroots. If you know what grassroots are, small movements that are done by people that have an active, like a resistance or active resistance against the bigger structure of the government. So they function from the grassroots up and try to have an influence in the political system in that way, to impact from the voices of the people from the streets, and actually going out there and protesting or doing all kinds of
Well, Angel, what you looking for in a candidate?
I don't know. I've been forming an idea of what I would be looking for. But before I say anything else, for the most part, I'm looking for somebody who wants to be a genuine humanitarian. Somebody who is making choices for the good of the people and not for greed, money, who may come and offer you a deal or what's best for your company, let's say, or for whatever agenda you have going on. That's the first thing. And if I feel like if we already start wrong on that point, then we're losing. I mean, that's of
But
course
you,
that's yes.
but like, what is good though? Like, you would have to like, you can justify like any type of like some horrible acts by just claiming that, hey, it's for the good, right?
That,
You
that
say
is
you say doing a favor for someone's company, well, that's not good. Well, yeah, it is. If it's bringing jobs to the U.S. and doing a favor for a company, maybe giving them tax breaks or whatever, that could be considered good, because it's giving jobs. Or it could be considered bad because, hey, look, he's helping out that multi-billion-dollar company over there.
no,
Look at that.
what I'm talking about here is personal gain. Not gain that like, oh, you sacrifice this to, for the greater good, and it's gonna bring good to the country or to the people or anything like that.
What would be a good thing to do?
Like as in like economically, or
What's
what are
good?
we
Like,
talking about?
what's some good thing that this hypothetical leader could do?
So I didn't like Donald Trump for the longest, and the fact that everybody wanted to attack him is what kind of brought me to looking into him a little more. And I already told you this. When somebody asked him, like, what should we do about the war? And his answer was just stop. Let's stop killing people. Let's stop killing people. So he didn't only like offer the solution to stop. He also included himself or us into the mix. And I think that's
But
something
Angel,
you should.
you said it yourself that if we stop, Putin is evil, and he's just going to expand his empire and take over all of Europe. You said this yourself.
Yeah, but either way,
So how can you just stop?
either way, this would bring problems. I mean, if you see stopping as a problem, I see continuing as a problem too. Because like we don't practice this like turn the other cheek. We don't do that. Let's be honest.
Then
Like
stopping
most
would
of us-
actually be a bad thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because in a sense,
well, when I say stop, it's not like retrieve and just leave it alone. No. Let's reach a mutual agreement.
But Putin is evil. So how can you do that? You can't trust him, remember?
I seen Putin also trying to talk and trying to, leave this kind of alone. And he was being painted as somebody who is not gonna stop. It's scary to me, regardless of what, man. I don't like politics at all. I mean, these people are not even taking into consideration how I feel about like whatever's going on. They don't think I'm smart enough. And they wouldn't be wrong. I'm not saying I have solutions for everybody, and I'm not talking about myself per se.
If
I'm
you
just
wanted
saying,
to
like-
stop fighting, that could actually be perceived as
I would
being
work-
evil because you're letting the bad guys win.
No. Like I said, mutual agreement.
But you
If
can't
you-
control what the next guy does. So
Absolutely.
if your guy who's the only guy that in this hypothetical situation that you have, any say in, you want
But
him to
once you
stop
see that
fighting.
effort- but I'm talking about effort. When I said like I look at Trump differently now, only because his intent was to like ceasefire.
So if someone says, "Hey, I'm coming in, I'm the leader, I'm gonna stop fighting in Ukraine right now. I'm stopping it," and then wouldn't your response be, "Wait, isn't Putin gonna take it?"
I don't think this is something as simple as in let's stop fighting. I don't think that's how we reach agreement. I mean, we got to look at the problem itself. What is the problem? Let's say trading is a problem. Let's say just for example, then maybe we should look at our previous negotiations and just like make it current, make it fit both of us. Because like I think it's better to trade together instead of taking things. I mean, we know we are good for holding grudges, okay? So best thing is for both parties to feel like something was fair, like the deal was fair, and that's how it
So once
holds
again,
on.
like, so how does a leader do a good thing? So if you stop fighting,
No, I don't know. I don't know. I can only think for myself, but I can't convince you of anything. Have you already made your mind that you and I are meeting at 4 o'clock in the parking lot,
yeah,
and you know where I'm parked?
yeah.
I can only try to convince you to just like, but there's two things to that. One is you can either come to reason with me and actually tell me, hey, you know what? I give up too, but you upset me because of this and that, and we can like reach mutual ground, or you can be like, huh, he just want to stop the fight because he's afraid of me, so I'm just gonna keep poking him. And either one is fair. Is your level
So
of
if your
comprehension.
leader shows weakness, that means he's a bad leader. He's a bad guy.
Yes,
And
actually,
you show
yes.
weakness by not fighting.
No, but no. That's not either how it goes. Okay, the way I see it is, if you just run away, if you cease fire and you just stop, you show weakness. If you
Okay.
avoid all the fights, then you also show weakness. But I think intelligence, and when I mention intelligence, I'm talking about like emotional intelligence over your ego, or over your personal ego, can help you reach a different understanding. And that's where I'm trying to be at right now, like personally. Okay. And I don't have the solutions. I can't pretend I have the solutions, but reaching an understanding, reaching out to you to agree on something. Like I have an issue with somebody personally right now, and I tried talking to this person, and I tried telling them, hey man, we got into a shouting contest, and I told him like, yo, listen, a piece of advice from me to you, and this person's like, I don't need your advice, just get out of here, get out of the office. I'm like, yo, listen, just think about what has happened, and if you feel like you have not done anything wrong, then go for it. But if you have done any mistakes towards me, I'll give you the opportunity to come and talk to me. It's in your court.
Yeah,
Let's
and
talk.
that's the emotional intelligence, and back in the days, if you go back in feudal times, that was mostly what needed to happen because the kings were at the front line themselves, and the
Absolutely.
retributions were for them and their people if
That's
they
what I
wanted.
mentioned. You remember me mentioning
that's
this
why
before?
we
If your
get
ego is that big, then you figure it out, you versus him, and that's it. But this is before the whole war started. When we started this podcast, that was my idea. And little by little, I'm learning. I don't have the solutions, Ed, but I want to see the intent in my leader. I want him to represent what I feel. Does that make sense? And the fact that he said, let's stop fighting, let's stop killing, let's stop, even if it doesn't work out, you already got me in that area. Does that make sense?
You remember what the reporter said? I forget her name, the CNN lady.
You gotta be more specific.
She looks evil too. What's her name? But anyway, she said she was like, so whose side are you on? Whose side are you on?
Oh yes, I seen it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So whose side are you on?
Well, if it was me, I would be on my side and for my people. Absolutely.
Okay, and your
Every single
people
time.
supporting Ukraine right now.
No,
Okay.
but I don't want to go in such a because it's heavy to decide for the people. I'm telling you what I decided, me myself personally. I went from wanting to choke this dude and losing so much
Okay.
to actually asking him to actually analyze himself and come back.
Bro,
at
that's
me.
not gonna happen.
No, it didn't happen. And it's okay. That's why I did what I did. But I went from wanting to choke you to handling myself and my emotions and bringing fresh emotions into the conversations and giving you the option to do this or do that. It's up to you. I cannot convince you to do more than that. I cannot grab your hand. I cannot hug you or
This
kiss you. Like
guy does not know you. He does not care about you. You did not spend years developing a relationship with this person. This
Agreed.
dude does not.
Agreed.
He doesn't care about you.
But and this is why
You're not over here. You're not with stewarding anymore. You're not with people that you've been working with for years. Like, I'm serious though. You're not with people that you've known for years.
You know what sucks the worst is that this dude never had an interaction with me before he started acting in this way. He doesn't know me.
Is that?
He doesn't know that
That's
I'm
why-
capable of either fighting or reaching an understanding, and that's a shame. Because if you was to sit down and talk to me, maybe, just maybe,
Right.
I would show you that I'm a different person than what you think, because you have no clue of who I am.
I don't think a lot of people are even like
And,
are even
but-
fully conscious or even like operating on that level.
I agree. I agree. And this is why I'm giving you the opportunity to do it differently, because I already was convinced that if you come at me, I'm gonna choke you, and that's it. I'm sorry for saying that. I'm not a violent person, but like, come at me and I'm gonna choke.
Dude, you just see just such weird behavior from these. They're not operating on the same level. They just be disrespectful to people you don't know, to act aggressive and think nothing's ever gonna come of it. It's really weird, man. A lot of people do that.
Absolutely.
It's strange.
But then again, we didn't reach an understanding, even though that I offered that to you. And by the way, I'm younger than you. By the way, just to throw that out. So age, none of this. It just depends on what you want.
Hey man, but you know
age
what?
is not a thing.
You the one that gave up your rank. When you give up your rank, this is stuff you got to deal with. Sorry.
That is true. But I'll tell you two things, okay? And then I'll shut up. So the first thing is, you know, like I said, I gave you the option and all these things, and I left it alone and this and that. But I give you all these options, and I can't make the choice for you. And this is in such a small scale, and I still don't have a solution to this problem, that I wouldn't dare to tell you or simplify the idea of a whole full-blown war. You understand? So I'm not looking for the answer to this issue we have. I'm looking for you to intend to have that in you, to want to try to make it better. That's all I'm looking for, and I'll vote for you, man. Make your money.
But
If you
what
gotta
if it's
steal,
making
steal.
it better by, hey, we need to give them more weapons? What if that's making it better? So they can defeat the bad guy.
Or defend
But
themselves.
the problem is, Ed, you keep saying that this about the bad guys. No. Look it up, man. And I spend a lot of time doing this, man. And I understand your point, and I understand, the side effects of any fight. Anybody, if I shoot at you, one of those bullets could hit somebody innocent or whatever. But we are actually attacking areas where these people are drinking freaking water from the river. Like, what that little kid has to do with whatever you got going on? This is what I'm telling you. Your ego is this big that you cannot come to an understanding. They're like, hash it out, you and this dude you have this unfixable issue with, and see how important it is. If you are personally, and like Nagayan said, these kings used to put themselves, okay, in the mix, in the front lines, okay?
It's not that complicated though. Like, it's like you go on and on and on. Like, this is really simple. It's really simple. Like, if you want, like, if
just eliminate the threat. That's what we're going with.
no.
Oh,
They
sorry.
like, you realize that we're already having debates over here. These politicians have already been asked that question about Ukraine. It's already happened.
Okay.
And what they all say is, we need to give them more weapons, whatever they need, more money. Like, it's real simple. It's like, I asked, well, what do you want? It's like, they all say that we need to just keep on going.
Then perhaps we should look into this a little closer. Okay, and even if these
The
people
only
look like
person to say something different
hear me
is
out.
Trump.
Hear me out. Yeah, I know, but hear me out. Maybe we should put our ego to the side as regular people, right? And look a little closer, because just because I look like you, just because I'm black like Ed, or I'm brown like Nagayan and stuff like that, that's my guy. No. I don't care where you come from. Like, just because we got similar cultures or we're from the same freaking country, like, doesn't mean you're not an evil person. You understand? You understand what I'm trying to say? There's evil people living right next to you. Just so you know. So this is not about anything else. It's just like, let's look at those people who their solution was more freaking weapons, more shootings, more bombs, more this and that. We should be looking at those people. Okay, and let's start looking at also let's start evaluating the dude that said we should end this. Like, just stop killing people. Let's stop killing each other.
You realize none of these people, when asked that question, said that. None of them.
know.
None of them.
And that's why I bring it up.
That's
man.
wild, man. Yo, Mike Pence, his vice president, had the best answer. Like, they asked him about it, and he was like, yeah, we should, give Ukraine money and just keep giving them money. And Tucker said, hey, what about America? We got this problem over here, these cities, we got drug issues.
And I pointed this out before, yeah.
And what Mike Pence said, his response was, well, that's not my problem.
What?
I was like, what are you talking about?
That's because war is your business, though.
Yeah,
it's your business.
Taking care of American people is not your problem. Like, it's like, wow, like, that's the best answer you can come up with?
No, but because I'm telling you, these people are not developing new flowers. They developing weapons. And guess what you got to do after you make something? You got to sell it. Because you're a merchant. Like, this is your business. But that shows me how much of a shell you are. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Going from that, maybe we should end this here and now.
Yeah, you're going too long. You're going too long. You're supposed to stop.
Let me just say this real quick. People are outraged, okay? And people want to cancel, like, this dude, this YouTuber. I don't know if you know about him, but Mr. Beast, okay? Because out of how many countries does Africa have? 52?
That's a lot.
About 40 something, yeah. So above.
Many countries. Well, all around, he built all around Africa 100 wells, not wells, things to pull water from underground. It's not a well because it is a well is just like that thing where you just like dump the bucket and stuff like that. This is like actually like out of
water pumps.
Water pump. There you go. So it's actually pumping water from in the ground, and people are outraged, and there's a lot of division over this, right? Some people are outraged that he went in there and spent that money, and then
it's white.
Because
white privilege.
Yes. Well, his what the hell are you talking? What? Because he's white, he shouldn't have went and helped you out? You crazy? Then some other people.
White savior complex is it? Yeah.
Bruh, listen. You seen some of these videos? These little kids don't care if he's white, brown, purple. None of that. They needed that. Okay, and not only that, when these people come, you push an economy. That's the first thing. Let's start by that. The family that built the wells are making money. Okay, now the family have more free time because, like, I told you in Dominican Republic, I used to go like far as hell to get water when we didn't have water bill money. You understand? Like, now you don't have to do all that. And instead of being thankful, okay, even the government was like people, not the government, not like the president or anything like that, but like people in ranks are like, oh well, like now you put the water wells, and now we're gonna have to give it maintenance every 3 to 4 years.
Wow.
I'm like, bro. yeah, that is true. Bro, listen. Some other people.
What I heard is that some people on TikTok and on Instagram and probably from the US were saying, yeah, there he goes with his white savior complex that he is installing.
You shouldn't be talking about.
And then, yeah, but the same on the same comments, you say, what have you done for your
Yeah,
people, or what have you done for?
that's what I'm saying. Like okay, and I don't. Oh, and some of the Africans was like actually offended that he was portraying that's how Africa lives, and there's like places where they actually got running water. Yeah, you have running water, okay? You have running water. You got your car in your parking lot. You got all these things. That's why he didn't go there to help you. He went over there to help the people who needed it. Okay, he made a video, make fun of it. He's making money out of the video and all that. Come here, help me out and make a video out of it. I'll be fine. You got a problem with this. They were saying he's a Satanist because he was curing people from blindness. Oh, it's in the Bible that it's gonna be a false prophet or anything like that. The false prophet is supposed to let you know that I'm the shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
He's not doing none of that. He's going through surgery. He's helping people out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, go.
But
for it.
he's one of the biggest YouTubers. I think he's
That
one
does,
of the.
but one thing doesn't say anything
No,
about
no.
the other thing.
I'm not saying about
Oh,
that.
okay.
What he actually is not with him saying, yeah, I'm the biggest YouTuber. He's not going out saying that, but he has a lot of money and he has a lot of channels. He has a lot of
No,
revenue
no.
coming
What I'm
in.
talking about is about like that God complex. You know
Yeah.
how people like let's say people in as
I'm the
close
guy.
as the music industry. I'm the god of this. I'm the god of corn. I'm the like. Come on, dude. Like he's not doing none of that. Yeah, he's making money off these videos, but most of this money is going into the next thing, into the next project, and a lot of these things, right?
Yeah.
But
But
let him.
have you heard of him? Oh, you're on
You
mute.
are muted.
Yeah, I heard him.
Do you find it to be okay that like you are providing no answers, but you got all the criticisms?
Well, people do that all the time.
This is amazing. This is crazy to me. Like you should shut the hell up if you're not doing anything. And like, oh, the government could have done that, and but they haven't done it. And how many years? You had a lot of years to do this. How many 4-year terms have passed by? How many rappers do they have over there? How many people who like? Come on, we seen these videos where these people are digging like these big pieces of gold.
But this is why this is why he did it. Yeah, this is why he did
What?
it. To get this reaction. That's why he did it.
No, and that's cool. But why is this how you feel? Why do you feel like this?
Because
why
they've been programmed to feel that. That's why they don't think for themselves.
Come on, bro. Like, come on. It had to be let their own government. Now they're gonna be dependent on other people. Bro, shut up.
Do you want to watch the video or?
Yeah, put the video. Like, of course. Like, I want
put it in the background. I don't know.
I want to watch the video, but like, ooh, yeah. So like, I don't know, man. How can you find something so negative out of this? Look at this, dude. Like, I want you to see how. Look at these kids. There's something different. Like, there's a freaking ray of hope. Like when people like this come around, you see this. But by the way, I had amoeba twice, and both times in my country, right? I had amoeba. You know what amoeba is, Ed?
No.
It's a parasite that lives in the water, so that's why you want to boil your water and this and condensate it and all these measures, okay? Instead of pumping so many chemicals, you should be condensating your water. You're killing the water regardless of what, but the water won't be killing you. But that's a subject for another day, okay? I had amoeba once, and I almost freaking died because I lost so much weight. I had a freaking fever that I think I told you guys. I felt like I had a out of body experience. Like,
was that one? Oh
yeah, like
you said that. You shared it.
Yeah. So it wasn't good. It was super freaking bad, man. My parents thought they were gonna lose me. My little niece had amoeba, and we thought we were gonna lose her. Cassandra. We
Yeah,
thought we gonna lose her like a few years ago. Also, dengue, she had that too. I had that
yeah,
too before too.
I had
But
it
like,
too. I had
bro,
amoeba twice as well, or 3 times probably. Also because one time eating bad food, one time drinking water that was not good.
yeah,
And
man,
I'm
it's no
luckily
joke, right?
I'm skinny, so I didn't have much on me to lose. But
They probably okay. This is the thing. In my family, this happened to me when my family was freaking poor. You understand me? So like, unless you dying, we're not taking you to the hospital. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we waited until the last minute, and they're like, "Yo, good thing you brought them now." Like, you know what I mean? I don't know, man.
Yeah, well, they got
Why?
fresh water, and of course, people are going to be outraged. And
Bro, this is
like he
ridiculous.
did it before when he cured the blind people. It's the same thing.
Not only the blind, what else did he do? He cured. Let me say it, pronounce it correctly, because I said killed. Cured the blind. What else did he do? He did something else like massive like this, right? And people were outraged. But like, are you gonna be outraged over everything? If you have this amount of time, you should like freaking put your phone down and get something, do something productive with that amount of time, man. I think congratulations to him. I hope you make billions. If this is what you're gonna do with your money, bro, I hope you got the infinite code, cheat code, you know, GTA code. I don't care. This dude is helping more than some of these countries' governments and stuff like that, man. If your government could have done it by yourself, should have done it a long time ago. Like, I'm just saying. But that's just me, right? And now, in my opinion, if your government was a good government and it was a responsible government, what they should have done was like, we gonna meet you out there, okay? And we gonna give you a freaking. The street is gonna be this little village is gonna be called Mr. Beast Village or something. Like, we're gonna put your name, we're gonna put your picture real big over here, because we welcome help, because it's very much needed. Obviously, this is not me making this up. It's obvious, right? You don't live in a hutch. These kids do. That's why they're not helping you out. Just making that clear once more, okay? And the other thing is, like, also, man, like, the government should have showed up and been like, hey, this is your plaque, and this is us telling you thank you, and also telling you that, yeah, we know we're gonna have to get this thing maintenance, but we are delighted to do so because you showed the initiative that we should have.
The government wouldn't do that. You just had an outsider come in and show you up.
Show you up,
Yeah.
literally. But then the least you can do is, okay,
Go over there and
you
humble
went there,
yourself.
you showed up.
But this is about
My
equal
bad
once
that I
again,
didn't
man.
do that. My bad that
That's
I
what
didn't come
just
through
made
for
them
these
look
people,
bad.
but
No, do something
he
big
goes
then.
aside.
Oh, and not only did he do the wells, okay, not only did he do that, and places that a bridge was broken and all these things were happening,
Built the bridge.
he built bridges, he helped people freaking get their stuff together, you know? So they don't have to take these freaking dangerous routes. I seen, like, and that reminds me of Dominican Republic. We have that too, like what dirt roads and stuff like that. Not everybody lives like that, but like, there's a lot of people who do, and I know those people appreciate that. When I was super poor, I remember, man, receiving these boxes of used clothes, and some of these clothes were girl clothing, and I was happy to receive that much. You know what I mean? Like sparkly, like Skechers shoes. You remember seeing me wearing shoes, like funny shoes and stuff like that, nigga?
I didn't really pay attention.
Backstreet Boy freaking shirts.
Probably. Yeah, Backstreet Boys shirts I've seen.
Bruh, it's welcome.
Now that
Send
you
them
say
to me. Come help me out, man. Like,
Now that you say it, I didn't.
you know what I mean? If you need me, like, he's not gonna see this, but if he needs me in one of his freaking videos, I'm with you. As long as I don't have to pay for anything, because I don't have no money. But like, if he needs help, like anything, using my hands, carrying anything, I'll help out for free. Come on, dude. Like, don't be like
It's a
that.
good
If you don't,
Samaritan.
if you don't have a solution, you stay quiet. You don't say nothing. I'm tired of seeing you guys like having an opinion about nothing. Nothing. Stay quiet.
Yeah.
That's it for today. Thank you for watching.
All right,
I'm sorry.
Just show the video next, and it's something that happened at a match between football match, of course, soccer match, if you want, between Brazil and Argentina. Brazil was playing the home match, and before the match even started, there were some riots that were taking place between, of course, the Brazilian fans and Argentinian fans, and it's a quite a big rivalry that these two got on, and this culminated into actually some backlashes that were not very appropriate. I don't know, maybe you can show the video if we still have time.
Yeah, go for it.
It's quite short, but it's for people that don't like blood and stuff like that, just a warning to turn your
that's Messi
upwards. Yeah, that's Messi. He plays for the Argentinian team. But this is in the tribunes of the soccer match. Yeah, he's saying that there's families out there with children. So, and the police is being brutal against most of the Argentinian fans. And they're just hitting. If you look closer, you can see in the row behind the first row that there are also children and people trying to say stop because they're being pressed in the corner.
Why the police started smacking people like this?
I think the two sides were clashing. I don't have the details of that, but to make them separate a little bit more so that...
You see that lady over there, like, all freaking concerned and everything, crying there? Like, oh my goodness.
But they decided to go back inside the players to make sure that the riots didn't get the attention and actually it didn't escalate. So
you can't have nice things, man.
Yeah, and it's something that happened. But,
no, we can have nice things. Those are just soccer hooligans that do that. We don't do that over here in America.
What? What are you playing? You really did not just say that, man. You want me to point out a few things for you, or
those are Europeans and Brazilians and those people with that soccer.
No. How about Bills Mafia? Where are the Bills from?
What are you talking about?
They were going Bills, Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, Bills. Okay, Buffalo.
Mafia. They were making videos where they would go into like small establishments and smashing tables and stuff.
I never heard of that. I never heard nothing like that.
Okay.
I never heard nothing like that.
Now we got a discussion on hand.
No, we don't.
He's gonna pull up a video. Yeah, we surpassed. If you want to bring videos of that, bring it on to the next. I'm just sorry. Some incident that happened, and that one I wanted to highlight a little bit because it's something real in soccer and sports in general.
I didn't even finish. You can't even see it.
No, we can't see it.
I didn't even finish spelling it, and they came up.
No, I never heard that. I'm not even joking. I never heard no Bills Mafia.
But then look it up because you haven't heard it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And okay.
And they're smashing up stuff. Why? Buffalo, but for the Buffalo Bills?
They have a stadium. They have a stadium over here where they were killing each other. They were like smacking each other, breaking cars and everything. Look it up.
What is this, like for the Buffalo Bills? Like we're with the Buffalo Bills? You think the Buffalo Bills want you smashing up stuff? Smashing up stores and stuff?
Well, no. I'm not saying that the Buffalo Bills will like smash them, but people who are fans of the Buffalo, these are fans doing this.
I don't think the Buffalo Bills. I don't think they would want those kind of fans. They wouldn't. They wouldn't
call themselves. They call themselves the Bills Mafia.
So if they see you with like a Pittsburgh jersey or New England,
questioned all the time. Bro, this entertainment is one of the biggest things here in America, right?
So if they see you with a New England jersey, you're done.
I get questioned about it. I never got hit or anything like that, but I do get questioned. I wear one of those pirate. I don't even know the freaking name.
What,
of
Raiders or something? Like you're
Raiders. There you go. Yes. I don't even know their name. I got the shirt for free and I wear it to work. Big mistake. Guess who's not wearing that shirt again? Not because I'm afraid. It's because I don't want to explain myself every time I turn around. Well, what is that? Why you got that on? You know, you don't like the Bills? You hate the Bills? Like,
nah, you know, I'm going to be real with you. You are kind of out of line with that because the casino and the Buffalo Bills have like a business like partnership there. And
okay.
Yeah, and
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like you can't be. It's almost like you working at Niagara Falls Seneca Casino. You got another casino, the Canada Casino badge on. It's like, yo, what is you doing, dude?
Stop it. No, listen. You know how many times they're like, "Oh, you got the wrong shirt, buddy." I'm like, "What?"
Yo,
oh, you're talking about this shirt? Oh, I forgot. To me, as a dude with an eye patch, it doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care. But some people thought I was trying to get out of the conversation, or I was scared or something. I'm not scared. I'm just like, I'm for real. I couldn't care less.
I'm not what I'm these guys, man. With the sports, and I love how they always say, "We won." I'm like, bro, we didn't do nothing. You ain't out there on the field, man. Stop it.
I was about to say that Argentina won their first match against Brazil in their home country, in their home base, and that's something that's a historic moment to witness.
Have you ever heard of, like, in the parking lot, like all the cars like get friggin' un tapón? What you call that? Like
pile up or
jam, like traffic jam. Okay, and in the traffic jam, people get into fights and break windows and all these things. Like, this happens here in Buffalo, 30 minutes from where you live. That doesn't happen over there because it happened in Dominican Republic too with baseball.
Yeah, everywhere. In Europe, it's bad. I know.
It happens. These are the biggest idiots. Not for those who watch it and they chill and you just one of those that yell at the TV. We cool. But if you out there like going to these small people's businesses, breaking their tables because you think it's cool, record me. Let me break this table real quick. Like, come on, what are you doing? Go buy a table, break your own table. I still don't think it's cool, but it's your table.
Yeah. But all right, guys, we've been on here for like 5 hours, guys. Like this is crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Catch us on the next. We be posting. Check us, subscribe, like, comment, interact with us. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't. Give us some feedback. All is welcome, as long as you do it respectfully. Like this episode, and see you on the
Unidentified Podcast.
If you have something bad to say it to it. Sorry.
We out.